Blog Talk Radio.
That is not gangster. That's very not gangster.
I came up, got my name up. So when they speak of who blinged up, I'm who they bring up. Come up dissing and you'll come up missing. I'm a cutthroat baller like O.J. Simpson. I came up, got my name up. So when they speak of who blinged up, I'm who they bring up. Come up dissing and you'll come
say that
up
again.
missing.
I couldn't hear you over the sound of me myself.
I done came up, got my name up. So when they speak of who blinged up, I'm who they bring up. Come up dissing and you'll come up missing. I'm a cutthroat baller like O.J. Simpson. Little homie, listen, try and serve me. I put in 25 in your back like Barry Bonds jersey. On the street, on the beach, y'all ain't able. Cause who I shit on rappers like major labels. What's with the ice grilling, homie? Change your face. To see they'll do more than tangible to change your race. Girls love metaphor, and I love them back. Addicted to getting head, chicks call me the brainiac. Battle rap with words, war like T-Had. I write it dope, flow crack, my notepad need rehab. Fuck y'all CDs, y'all can't see these or touch these. Rhyme so chronic, my soul see you the munchies.
Good evening, everybody. This is another edition of the Def Fresh Show. It is I, Mr. Tonedef, in the building. Both the Dinkins are running around getting stuff together, but we do have a definitely jam-packed evening tonight in regard to the Def Fresh Show. Clearly, Juan does not know how to not have noise going on in his background no matter what happens, but hopefully, bro, will fix that soon.
What are you talking about?
When you came on, it was nothing but just like crazy noise in the background, dude. It's always crazy noise with you in the background.
Yeah, it's the TV.
Yeah, but you gotta know how to turn your TV down before you go on air, bro.
I couldn't find the remote.
You knew what time we were starting today because the conversation was had a while ago. So that means that you didn't have to be here, but you seen the message, is what I'm saying. Anyway, bro.
I don't read well.
At least you're honest. But with that being said, people, once again, another edition of the Def Fresh Show. It is I, Mr. Tonedef, who's young, fresh in the building. The Ghetto Prophet will be joining us shortly as we discuss today's topic. Before we get into the topic, bro, how was your week, man?
Well, due to the fact that we got new coworkers at work, so now I don't close as often as I usually do. So I am down to 2 nights a week of closing.
Oh.
And oddly enough, they never come on Thursdays or Fridays.
So they can't work Thursdays or Fridays, so you're stuck working Thursdays and Fridays.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm sneaking into this new position of authority, where I'm an OG now, because I've been there the longest now of my department outside of the management team that we have. I'm kind of like I'm a USO. I'm day one. I've been down since day one.
Okay. Which you have.
Yeah. And I'm noticing that since we've been getting these new people now, I don't close. I used to have to close all week. Now I don't close as much. My closings are 2 nights a week now. And my closing nights are never Thursday or Friday. It's usually maybe a Sunday or a Monday, or maybe do a Tuesday and a Wednesday. But I never really close on the back half of the week. Now, and I'm digging that, so I don't have to ask for these specific days off. If you're gonna have me either be there 8 in the morning, 10 in the morning, as long as I don't have to be there until 10:30 at night, we are all good.
Well, I'm thinking just like being a person who used to have to do scheduling myself at previous jobs, when you start noticing certain people are asking for certain things a lot, you tend to get to the point where you just like, you know what, let's kind of give it to them without giving it to them.
Right,
okay.
because I've always told her, like, it's not that I can't work on these days. Cause if you need me, I'll work it. Just I can't close these days. So
right.
you know,
I've been telling her Thursday, like, you know, because it's usually movie day, because the movie comes out and we go see it on Thursday. So if I could be out of here by 6:00, 6:30, everything's cool. So even if we're not going to see a movie, still got time to come home and do the show. Exactly. Which is what I kind of told you should do anyway. Like, just talk to them, let them know, like, hey, I'll do whatever you want as long as you give me this right here. And most companies won't give it to you because you're making it kind of easier for them, because they know no matter what, we're guaranteed one person on these days who's consistent. Why not give them these few days that they only ask for not to close on 2 days? And Thursdays and Fridays are not even y'all busiest nights at that. Like,
well, yeah,
you work
and
out
they've
there.
they've been cutting hours down because as the season changed, we're not getting a lot of business as we were during the summer months, like when it was hot outside and, you know, like the fresh fruit and, you know, watermelon was popping and barbecue season, because, you know, we're not a traditional grocery store, so no one really thinks that, oh, let me stop in Fresh Time and pick up these items, as you would say, oh, let me stop and pick and save because I know they got these. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
as business slows down, they start to short hours. So
sad but true. Sad but true. We are actually finally joined by the third member of the Def Fresh Show today.
Don't say finally. Don't say finally. I've been here. Y'all was having a conversation. Don't make everybody think I was super duper late. Y'all was talking.
No.
Fucker.
See, you missed the first half, and I introduced you guys as being here. But what I was saying was that you guys were running around getting yourself together in the back. So when Juan came on, he came on right on time, which allowed me to just, hey, how's your week going? And then now that you followed in right behind him, and I said, now you're the third person of the team, you know, we can, with the third Power Ranger now, we can roll on.
Is it me, or does Tone always have an out when he fucks up something?
Man, that
he directly accused me of being late. He was like, "Boy, you weren't late, but you were late." I'm like, "No, you said it."
I'm just saying, we all know the show starts at a certain time. Technically, everybody's supposed to be here 15 minutes early. Had y'all came early, y'all would have realized I was having mad technical difficulties, but I got it corrected with a minute left, and y'all still.
I'm like, nigga, I don't even punch in to work 15 minutes early, and I'm usually there 30 minutes early.
You should start doing that, because after about 4 times of doing that, bro, you just got an extra hour for doing nothing.
Well,
yeah. Then that's when I start getting random text messages from my boss, like, "Hey, bro, if you want to cut down 30 minutes of your time," and then when he starts telling me to cut minutes, I'll start adding on minutes because I'm a dick.
See, and me, I'm in pain. I got a cut right on the hinge of my mouth, and y'all know how that shit would drive you nuts. So I was like,
the fuck
the
was
only
you
thing.
You don't want to know, Brett, knowing her.
Well, it wasn't even. I don't know how I did it. I was eating a lot yesterday. Marv's mom cooked, but
the
only thing. Well, if y'all didn't see my post on Facebook, my mom blamed it on me opening my mouth for other things.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was insinuating too.
But no, I don't know how it happened. I'm like, man, the corner of my mouth was like it's stinging, like, and I could see where it's cut. But unfortunately, I don't have like no oral gel or nothing here. So the only thing that I could put so that I wouldn't be mumble mouth on air, like I couldn't open my mouth all the way without it hurting. So I had to open my cherry anal ease and like spread a little bit on there to numb it. And that's the only way I'm able to talk on the show right now.
So this episode of the Def Fresh Show is brought to you by Cherry Anal Ease. It can be used for everything.
Oh, that's perfect.
The fact that ass lube was your saving grace is fucking terrible.
Dude, that's definitely
I mean, I only put a dab on my pinky, and I just kind of dabbed it on where it hurts at, and it numbs like instantly. I was like, whoo, all right.
In her defense, technically all it is a number. It's technically literally the same form of like oral gel, but it's just used in a different location of the body.
I don't think you can shove oral gel up your ass.
Right, I was just gonna say, bro, like you can't be out of you can't be out of lube and be like, hey, babe, pass me that oral gel and get the rubbing down with oral gel, fam.
Wait a minute now. Nobody ever thought about using anal ease to numb their jaws until just right now, so we don't know who's out here testing the oral gel in other body
know what,
parts.
Tom? I refuse
just
saying.
If it's because I had to put it near my mouth, and if it's cherry flavored, then it's obviously okay. Go in my mouth, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I'll be all right. And if it's a little bit juicy in there, then I'll just be tasting cherries for a little bit. But I don't know why.
You know what
flavored.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Why is it flavored when the initial intent has nothing to do with anything that your taste buds should be tasting? I'm just saying.
Well, maybe it kind of doubles. Like maybe when you kind of spread it on, maybe, I don't know, a throat thing. I don't know. I don't need it, but still, who knows? Who knows?
Or as you apply the cherry lube to the butt, the more you penetrate the ass, the more the room smells like cherries and not ass sex.
That was a good gem right there, Juan. I'm proud of you. Great job thinking outside the box.
Even though it says cherry flavored, not cherry scented, it's kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know.
You got to give Juan the one when he gets a chance. You got to give him his when he gets them. They don't come too often. All right. But before we completely throw the whole purpose of today's show out the window, all because Mimi found new usage for anal lube.
Hey, it just shows my dedication to Tonedef Radio. I'm here.
It shows your dedication to this topic, because this is your topic. This is not our topic. So.
Both of them wasn't mine. It was a different one.
Well, the main topic is your topic. The second topic just happened to come across our timeline, and apparently it has made news, because when I went to go get a photo for it to tag it to the show, it actually showed news articles. So for those of you guys who don't know, recently a young man, so he says on his Instagram post, recently had his Infiniti car set completely on fire by his ex-girlfriend. In the comment, basically, it was said that him and the girlfriend agreed to break up, so it was a mutual agreement, yet she still came back and did this kind of damage to his car. So the question of the day of the show, which starts the first small talk of Def Fresh Show, is, first of all, when is crazy too crazy? That's the first question. Because I understand, like, dudes be out here like they like crazy chicks. Girls agree with each other when certain types of retaliation should be done in regards to situations where cheating has occurred and stuff like that. But the question becomes is, okay, when are you just really doing too much now?
I think that, honestly, the whole guys going, for crazy chicks thing is why chicks purposely try to put themselves out there as being nutballs, because guys make it seem like it's a good thing. And I think that guys do that for ego purposes, because it's always been one of those things where we're actually talking about this in another group right now, where men have this thing where they feel like good dick makes chicks go nuts.
Right, which
so
is definitely
the
initial starting post.
Yeah, so if guys are feeling like good dick makes chicks go nuts, the more crazy chicks that they encounter, I would see that as that being an ego boost for them. Like, if they feel like I got all of these bitches going nuts like this, that means that I really, really, really got something going on down here. You know what I mean? And chicks always want to, pick me. They always want to do whatever guys want in order for them to fit in. What is that? Can we mute that?
That's Juan's background.
Again? It's always his background.
Always
He knows
one.
we're doing this. I kick my kids out and I lock myself in the living room with the door closed and nobody can bother me. How is it he's like the main person on the show? I'm just a feature.
Because
So how
he
come my shit be
never-
quiet in his tank?
It's been the ongoing thing.
See, this is why bro needs to get his own crib and stop bullshitting and doing
I
what
don't-
he's doing.
I don't know what you niggas hear because I've been on mute the whole time, so I don't know what y'all heard.
It's
'Cause
not
that
my
ain't over
background.
here.
It's definitely
Not
not
at all.
over here. Because Teresa's
But
asleep.
yeah, and mine already they've been kicked out. So they've been kicked out for a good 20 minutes now. But yeah, I don't
Gonna have
know.
to start
I just
making
think
wine
that
for
a
the
lot
show
of
in the
chicks,
basement.
right? Oh man, no, I don't know. I'm scared of their basement. I'm just scared looking at down the stairs in their basement.
What's wrong with him?
What
Just
shit?
go
You
downstairs
could have
on
did
the
it
phone,
in
set up
mine,
the
but you
beanbag.
know, house.
That
guest.
was the plan until house guest moved in one day while you were at work, which I still think is funny.
Yeah, that shit crazy. But I do.
Right.
I think that a lot of chicks play that crazy role. They're not actually as nuts as they try to make it seem like, but it just makes it look good to niggas. So they're like, man, if she act like this and she don't act like that over me, then I'm not hitting that pussy right. I could be way off, but I do. I just feel like niggas love crazy chicks for ego boost because that
And
makes
I
them
agree.
feel like they that nigga.
Okay, but here's my question to you. Now, you at one point in time in your life was labeled a crazy chick. You've done some pretty extreme things.
Yeah,
that motherfucker still is crazy.
Hold on. She's a more mature woman now. She don't do it as much. What in this day and age?
Because she ain't at a high level of crazy, it don't count.
But we also have to take into consideration that the quote-unquote crazy things that I've done weren't just limited to males.
True.
So mine not even in the same category because I've done some bitches that, you know what I mean? Once you get me started, you get me started. So mine is not even on that level as far as that because it's not once me fuck with a nigga, she just gonna go nuts. No, if you disrespect me on a certain level to where she feel like she got to get on your ass, that's what she gonna do. So it's not really
Which
the
is a
same
true
category of crazy that, you know what I mean? It's not that same type that chicks be dialing up on and shit to get the attention of niggas. I'm actually pretty cool on niggas. As long as you don't disrespect me, I'm good.
And that's what I was going to say. With Mimi, you got to do something wrong to her, and even then, she's actually been quite mild with some dudes, given her circumstances, in regards to how some of these chicks. Like, Mimi has never gone to the point of messing up somebody's car. Well, maybe because the car wasn't really worth the effort in some cases, but that's neither here nor there. My question
is that piece of shit in the driveway?
But my thing is like, at what point in time when have you ever gotten to the point where you like, you know what, I do stuff, but I would never do that? Like, what is something that you've seen that you would say, I could never do that, no matter how mad you make me?
I mean, I've done a lot of shit. Some shit has not been proven, even though it was speculated, so I'm not going to name it here.
That's why I'm not saying anything.
I know, but it was, I mean, that applies to a lot. But I've never done anything unprovoked, and it never had anything to do with, oh, well, he fucked me so good and left me that I'm just about to go bust all his fucking windows. I'm finna go set his house on fire. I'm finna try to fucking kill him. It was never like that. I've never been so emotionally attached to a guy that him fucking me good made me feel like I had to lose my marbles. I'm just a person where if I'm not doing wrong by you, don't do wrong by me. Don't come in my face. Y'all know me, and y'all know how I am, and I'm a straight shooter. If there is one out of 1 billion females on this planet that niggas can step to me and spit their intentions and not lie about anything, and I'm going to decide, okay, I'm going to fuck with you or I'm not going to fuck with you, it's me. So I get mad when niggas feel like they have to come with all of this lies and bullshit and manipulation and all of this shit to get my guard down in order to talk to them when it's other shit that I could be doing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. So if I find out that you're doing that, then yeah, I just may flip the fuck out on you because it was other shit that I could have been doing. It was probably bigger and better dick that I passed up on for yours or somebody who would have been doing the shit that I wanted to do. But I settled for you because of who I thought you were. Don't do that. Shit annoys me. But I can't really see myself like physically harming somebody just because, you know, we broke up or whatever the case may be. If I physically harm you or try to, it's because you tried to do it to me first. So every nigga that I've hit with my car, people know about this, so it ain't really a big deal. Every nigga I've hit with my car, they started it. There was niggas who, you know, physically put their hands on me or put, you know, my life in danger in some sort of way where that was that. But, again, that's no secret. People know about that shit. They put me in jail for one. It wasn't no big deal. But I can't see just, he with another bitch, let me go stab him. Like, I don't get. It's so many different people out here. I would rather you go bust a nigga windows out or do some shit for revenge or getting fired. I don't even agree with that. But do something else other than trying to
don't do that.
take somebody's life. Like, that's just way too far.
I can never understand the women who want the guy to lose their job, especially if y'all got kids together. Like, I get it. He stepped out on you. He cheated on you. You want to get back at him as much as possible. But don't cause him to lose his job because now he can't take care of his kid. Even if y'all two never work out y'all differences, he still wants to be responsible for his kid. And by costing him a job, especially if it's a good job, you've now caused your kid to suffer because, one, he's not going to want to deal with you no more. He's not going to want to communicate with you anymore. He doesn't have those means to provide for his kids anymore. And even then, he might not even want to come nowhere near that place because of how you felt, because he might actually try to kill you now. So the kid ends up losing two parents because of your ignorancy.
Well, the funny part is I've actually dealt with that. And a lot of shit that chicks do to guys out of retaliation of breaking up and everything else is funny because I haven't done it, but I've had it done to me, especially dating light-skinned niggas. Lord Jesus, I don't want another light-skinned nigga. They good to look at. Those niggas is poison. Like, it's like dating a woman. I feel like a stud dating light-skinned niggas. Niggas have bust my fucking window, put my tires on flat, called my job, telling them that I was a felon, trying to get me fired and shit. All kind of little shit that I have dealt with. And I didn't understand it because that wasn't the type of person that I was. That wasn't the type of shit that I did. I tried to set a nigga car on fire at the gas station. I did. But that was because of the circumstances. While I was at work, this motherfucker went, I had a money stash. And he went in my stash while I was at work. I come home. I'm at work. His sister called like, bitch, he just talking about he bought a new car, did he? I said, well, what money? That was my instant thought because I'm like, I knew he didn't have what I had. And I'm like, hold on. Let me call you back. So I went home on lunch and I checked. I had $4,000 missing out of my stash. This nigga took 4 G's and went and bought a car talking about it was for us. How the fuck is it for us? I didn't even buy my car yet. Now, I did tell him that after I bought my car, I would help him get his car. I didn't say I was going to buy your car flat out. I said after I got my car, then I would, see what I could do, and I would help you get your car, whether that may have been match you or just throw you something, maybe get your down payment, and then you do the rest of your payment, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get the whole being a couple and being a team thing, but how you going to take it upon yourself to take my money and go buy you a car first? I didn't even have my shit yet. I was borrowing the sister car until I bought mine. So, in that case, yeah, I did flip the fuck out because he stole from me. And then
that's
the car
that's justifiable.
that he went and bought, and then the car that he went and bought with the money that he stole from me. Because y'all know me, I be doing license plates for everybody else. I be around and shit. I'm driving down Sherman, me and my cousin in the car. I'm like, hold on. I said, I know that plate. That's a bitch behind the wheel. So I bust a Yui. Gas station right there. Oh, and it's funny because I almost burnt it down trying to set the car on fire, but motherfuckers ended up burning that same gas station down in that riot. What was that, last year?
Yep.
Yep. So, hey, man.
So you was the precursor to the gas station being set on fire, my nigga?
So somewhere it's written in the cards for that motherfucker to burn up regardless.
Shane Douglas to ECW, bro. Shane Douglas to ECW.
Yeah, but I mean, I pull in the gas station, this motherfucker sitting on the passenger side, and this bitch is driving. So I flipped the fuck out. But I feel like that didn't count as I'm acting crazy because of dig moment. No, I'm acting crazy because you clearly got me fucked up right now. And I would expect a dude to do the same thing. So I don't know. Some shit just be incorrectly labeled to me, and motherfuckers act like we be flipping out for nothing when it's just flat out fucking disrespectful. You don't steal from nobody, especially to do no shit like that.
Yeah. All right, Juan. Now I know, bro, as men here, we technically can't do stuff like that unless we light skinned based on what Mimi just said. But being things that you've been
cars
through,
on fire?
Well, all that kind of stuff. Apparently, only light skinned men should be able to do that, or they do that. But like being in a situation. Oh, he does.
Avatars on Snapchat and fucking Xbox.
All right, never mind.
I'm not as dark as people like to think I am.
That nigga got a light skin soul.
Hey man, I think my avatar is look, this ain't about me right now. It's not about me.
I was getting ready to ask you a question, and she set you up like that. But what I was getting ready to say is being the fact of us men, we technically can't do some of the things that women do when it comes to retaliation, because of course there's always that we'll go to jail kind of a thing. Thinking back to your exes, if you knew that you can do any type of retaliation to them and completely get away with it, what's one thing you would do?
I don't know.
You telling me out of all the stuff that you've been through, you have not once thought about something you want to do to your exes?
Because physical pain does not amount to emotional pain. So it doesn't matter what I do to you physically, you won't hurt the way I hurt.
True, but it's it's that expression.
Well, it
it's
depends.
getting it out of the system.
It depends.
Because I've definitely thought about
bruises heal.
Few.
Bruises heal, bones heal. Yeah. Now, we can say that physical pain don't mean much and, they'll heal from it. Not if you paralyze a motherfucker from the waist down. They gonna live with that shit for life. So you can't always say that.
Jail time. That is jail time.
I just said you can get away with it though. You can get away with it though. So there's no consequences to whatever you do. You don't even have to name which ex it is. This is just something you want to do, and you can get away with it. What would you do?
Shit, they only got two. They both calling the police.
Wow.
He may have had some chicks on the side that he was, trying to get to know better, and they broke his heart by going back to their ex.
But trying to get to know better doesn't make them exes. You said exes.
Right.
Okay. Let's just say women. Let's just say women you've dealt with. Then let's just say women you dealt with. That way we can open it up a little bit.
That broadens it a bit.
I'd probably like shoot a motherfucking the base of their spine. That way you couldn't walk. Cause like Mimi said, that'll fuck you up from the waist down. Definitely will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not angry.
I expect a little bit more out of you, bruh.
I'm not a violent person.
Charles, you're just talking about shooting somebody and paralyzing them. That's violent, bro. You didn't say, mail them anthrax. I take a shit on their front porch. You said shoot them in the face of their spine and paralyze them. Nigga, that is violent. But to those listening right now, we have always told Juan that he is going to be the one that when he finally snaps, he is going to snap because he doesn't get angry. He don't flip out. He don't do none of that. So when it finally comes, be ready for it.
Juan gonna shoot up a whole block.
Telling you, that nigga gonna be out here like school shooter central.
Right. He gonna just go to like Pink in a mall and just gun down everybody that worked there.
Why would I shoot up Pink, bro?
Don't you got an Army fatigue hoodie?
Women, because that's where women are guaranteed to be at.
No, I do not. And we will not disclose if I do or if I don't on the air.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I'm like, whatever days you wear that, you know how like whenever Jazz wore that one shirt on Fresh Prince, we knew that he was getting tossed out the house.
Sam got tossed out the house every time he came over.
What you always knew what episode he was gonna get tossed out because he always had on that brown shirt. But yeah, so if that's whenever if he wear Army fatigue hoodie, I'm not going that day because that might just be the day he snapped and he playing for
the one, or the vest that ain't the one that ain't got no sleeves on it. It's just open, what shirt he has. he need room to breathe.
He got full range to put the extra clip in.
Right, go in the armpit and pull out the clip. Oh. Juan, you about to hit 30, bro. I hope for the rest of your life you do not snap on a woman to the point where you have to damage her spine. Because, honestly, bro, I can see you picking somebody up like Bane and just breaking his back, just breaking her back.
Hey, that's on right now, too.
Right? No, that's what made me say it. Like, no, you done me wrong. And just snap her spine. And then me and Mimi get a phone call and be like, we gotta help get rid of it. Gotta come up with your alibi. Just don't do it, bro. Just don't do it. But question number 2, and this is a question that came across my timeline that I eventually ended up posting on Instagram that has been making a little noise since I posted it. I'm gonna go with you first, Mimi, due to the fact that the post is actually worded to women. Your husband cheats and he has a baby on you. The woman doesn't want anything to do with the baby. Your husband wants the baby. Do you bring the baby into your home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, nothing against the kid. I mean, if it's the woman don't want nothing to do, because to be honest, when you think of it, and I'm not speaking as a married woman because obviously I'm not married, and I know people probably expecting me to be like, well, no, because I'm getting divorced and blah, 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 blah. You don't know what you're going to do when you're married. Married people work through a lot of shit, and to be truthfully fucking honest, a lot of women take a lot of shit before they even get married, so once you get married, it ain't no point of leaving in. It's too fucking late. He done already had babies and cheated and gave you the clap and everything else, and you decided to marry him in the first place. And then once you get married, now all of a sudden everything is too hard. But most women, I don't even think they have a problem with the kid unless it's those women that, women that have problems conceiving themselves and they want to give their husband a baby and they can't for whatever reason, and then he has an outside baby. I think those situations probably cut a lot deeper.
Wait, who had a baby on who?
No, it was just a post.
Yeah. So I think in those cases it probably hurts a bit more. Hell, look at D-Wade and Gabrielle Union. How many miscarriages and shit she said she went through.
Juan, are you taking a bath, bruh? Are you washing dishes while on air?
Live on Tonedef Radio. I'm taking the first shower on radio. The first shower.
You did a lot of stuff on air, so I wouldn't put it past you.
Right.
The first shower. It's epic. It's lit.
Yeah, but it's like Gabrielle Union and D-Wade. She's talked about how hard it's been with how many miscarriages and shit she's had and all of that, and then he went off and did what? Made a baby on her. But they were able to work through it, and they still together. No, I know,
and
but I'm just saying. But that's a point where I feel like in that case, even she was still able to stick with him, but she ain't broke herself.
She not. She was just on two dope girls the other day talking about, being married, being her buddy, and all that stuff. Also talking about how Hollywood is typecasting her in so many words, whereas she's a great actress, but they only look at her as a great black actress in black movies. They won't look at her in the role of white movies. But that's a whole nother topic for another day.
Right. Right. So,
but Juan does bring up a good point, though.
Well, what?
Go ahead.
Having money?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, the money part.
Well, because I think that a lot of women aren't too held up on the kid. They're hung up on the baby mama. Now, you've already said that she had the baby and she don't want nothing. She's not going to be in the picture for him to continuously, you know what I mean? Most people, they're just afraid of that bond of him still fucking with the mom because now they got this bond with this kid together. So if she doesn't want anything to do with the kid, that means this bitch going to be gone in the wind. And I think that most women will be willing to accept that way faster than they would if this baby mama was actually still in the picture. I don't know if y'all disagree or not, but that's how I look at it.
Well, I agree with you, but looking at some of the responses,
but I don't have any baby mamas, so I wouldn't know.
No, but going based on some of the replies from the post, outside of one person, everybody kept basically insinuating that they're more hung up on the fact that he cheated more so than the focus of this new kid. Because a lot of them was like, I'm getting a divorce, I'm taking my kids and we're leaving, I'm not going to deal with this person's kid. So a lot of them does come off that they're more concerned about the fact that the husband cheated. Now, the thing about it is...
That is also...
Yeah, go ahead.
That is also, in my opinion, because I am a woman and I know how women play shit in public, all right? In my opinion, a lot of women will say that. Some women actually mean it. Like they have like a no tolerance policy for a nigga stepping out on them and being cheated on or whatever else. But I know that a lot of women will say that, and they get cheated on anyway.
I think a lot of women should take that advice from that clip I just seen them post in one of these groups I'm in. With it was from the Tony Braxton. Yeah, it was the Tony Braxton show. But, like, that's real. Like, you're not going to do nothing about the situation. What's the point of arguing about it every single day?
Different. But that's different. Like if he has a baby and is trying to bring that child home, even if you wasn't snooping, what that clip was saying is, don't go looking for dirt if you're not gonna act on it. Let him cheat in peace. This is different though. This is not him cheating in peace. He cheated. Now he's trying to bring a child into your home. You didn't have to snoop for that. He's trying to bring this baby into the house in your face. So that's not really the same level right there. I get what you're saying, but that's not the same kind of situation.
This is the results of him stepping out. So whether or not he got caught or not, he has consequences that came from that, and the consequences happens to be a kid. So it's not something you can easily get rid of. Now, using Gabrielle Union and D. Wade situation, Gabby doesn't have a kid of her own. So here you are, I'm struggling to have a kid with you. You go outside, sleep with some random woman, you get a kid on the first try. And then you want to bring this kid home if you combine the two scenarios together. So it's like now you want me to raise a kid that I couldn't have on my own.
It's like a double slap in the face. It's like a double slap in the face.
It's like God just really don't like me right now. Like, what did I do to deserve all this? So I can't have my own kid from my own body, but you're going to ask me to raise somebody else's kid. Now, the good side of it is the mom don't want to be involved. So the minute you accept the fact of saying, yes, bring this kid in the home, you're going to raise this kid like your own. You're going to treat this kid like your own. You're going to have all the benefits of having a kid with none of the stretch marks. But what's going on here is a lot of women are more so like, why would you cheat on me? Why would you step out on me? If you cheating on me, why are you going in this girl raw? Like, be smart. At least wrap it up. You know, that's the thing that a lot of girls are getting upset about. Now, the one woman who posted on there, her first thing was, I can tell most of you girls are not married. Now, right there alone, I was like, ooh. But then she went and she actually dropped some real knowledge about the fact that, you know, hard times come in, things happen. The kid didn't ask to be here. So why would you go ahead and wish this negativity on the kid and the kid didn't ask to be here? He's trying to be a dad the best way he can. Because if he had to choose between taking in this kid that is his by a woman that don't want him or catering to your current mood about the situation, this kid is going to end up suffering, and who knows what happens to this kid. So now, because you upset he cheated one night, you going to condemn a kid to death on the streets in so many words. Or even better, this might be your chance to, Oh, and then in other news, that particular
woman or not.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, and just to answer the question, that particular woman was my mom who wrote all that. Like, you didn't even do this. But yes, you did. It wasn't you.
Well, no, I mean, it's just, like I said, my answer is based off of the answer, as far as with if I did opt to stay in that marriage, that's my choice to stay in that marriage. I'm not going to be like, well, I'm not going to leave you, but this kid don't. No, that's not how it works. When you take, and that's why I take marriage seriously, like as far as, you know, what you are signing up for. When we say for better or for worse, what's worse than you having a fucking baby on me, bro?
And, you know, that's another thing that I always kind of looked at. Like, when people say for worse, but then the minute somebody gives them a scenario, their answer is, I'm out, I can't deal with this. That's not even remotely close to issues that you will deal with. That's a small thing. But I have to give my mom credit.
I mean, like, if it's not a question of your safety, then yeah, that's different.
And then my mom turned around and hit all the girls with the exact same question. It's like, what if that was you? What if you got pregnant? Would you want your husband to stay there and help you raise it after the guy said he doesn't want nothing to do with you? You finna have a whole baby, okay? And now you don't want you want your husband to accept the fact that you made this mistake and raise this kid that's not his. Can you, you know what I'm saying? Can you expect that?
Men are praised, women are condemned. If a man stays to raise a child that is not his, if a man stays to raise a child that is not his, he's such a stand-up guy for stepping up to the plate and blah, 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 and that's not even his kid, and kudos, kudos, kudos. A woman does that.
That's from a woman.
It couldn't be
if a man, from the woman's perspective, from the woman's world, yeah, that's what happened. But the guys will be like, you a sucker, you stupid, bro, you whip. Like, his boys will give him all kind of hell. Because especially if you know that's not your kid, like, you know for a fact this is not your kid. That kid came out black. Me, myself, and Irene. Prime example. He clearly had 3 black kids that was not his whatsoever, but he kept raising them. And what was his friends doing? They constantly gave him ridicule about that. Like, them kids is not yours. Them dicks is bigger than these. But it's just the principle. It's a terrible thing. But women are, when you ask them these things, are always so quick to say, I'm out. He cheated on me. I'm done with the scenario. And then my mom also brings up another good point that I didn't think about at first. Financially, you're going to have to suffer either way it goes. Because if you leave him, financially, your income just got cut in half because you decide to not want to be in this relationship. And he's raising the kids, so he doesn't technically have to pay you alimony, especially if you didn't bring a kid to this world. So why not just stay there and get money together? You never know. This kid might get rich and famous, and his mom wasn't shit, but guess who's going to get all the praises? Shout out to my stepmom for taking me in, helping treat. Like just anything can come out of it.
Ain't
Everybody
nobody
thinks
thinking like that, bro.
You be surprised, bro. You be surprised. You might not think like that, but if you can't have kids,
I don't know.
Oh.
Shout out to the stepdads. I'm a product of a stepdad because God knows my biological father ain't shit.
Lord knows where half of us would be right now if it wasn't for stepdads. Matter of fact, all three of us got stepdads. I just thought about that. But enough about this topic. And we're going to get into the real reason why we're here today. The real reason why Mimi wanted to do a show. So I'll allow Mimi to go ahead and introduce tonight's second topic.
Wait a minute. This is not the reason Mimi wanted to do a show, because we were going to do the show regardless. I just felt that it would be a good topic. I just felt that it would be a good topic because I keep seeing it.
It's a great topic, and that's what I'm saying. This is okay. Let me rephrase my words. I forgot how literal my sister is. Tonight's topic is brought to you by Dinkins, the Mimi of the group.
Oh, you are childish as fuck. So I would start off by asking, how do you two feel about Cardi B? Because you're men, and men seem to be very, 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 very opinionated on Cardi B. And I would also like to say before y'all answer that I am not doing this because I am biased, because, to be honest, I only know one song by Cardi B, and that is the Bodak Black, and I don't even know it.
2 songs.
She only got one song.
She got 2 songs. The other one just dropped.
She got something else.
Well, she got whole mixtapes, but as far as being popular, Cardi B's got one good song.
Yeah. But I don't I'm not familiar with her stuff like that. The only thing that I know is Kodak Black, and I don't even know the lyrics. The most that I know, like, I listen to the instrumental a lot, and that's because I do my own lyrics to it, because I just do that sometimes.
And that's what mostly everybody does. They just make their own words to it. Like, what really made me listen to the Cardi B song was the fact that I can't think of his name. He's a comedian. It's King something. King Crucci or something like that.
Or whatever.
Karan, yeah. Him and his girl did a skit where his girlfriends and them was all singing a song, and him and his boys was sitting on the couch, and they were trying to act tough and hard. And they was like, you ain't got to act hard. If you like the song, get up and sing the song. So they started the song over, and the guys slowly started singing the words to the song. So they just joined in at that point in time in regard to it. Other than that, like, I don't really pay too much attention to the song. I don't like how she talked. The fact that she came off of Love and Hip Hop definitely made me never give her any attention, because I really don't pay attention to nobody on that show. Period.
Mm-hmm. But as much as you don't pay attention on low key, it's a good platform. Like, if you are on there for what you're, if you're on there for what you're on there for, it's a good platform like Cardi B. And from what I've heard, because, like, after seeing her, like, she was actually putting in the effort to be an artist. Whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, she was making them strides to be taken serious as an artist. I mean, everybody, music not going to be the greatest, but as long as you're taking it serious, people going to respect your hustle.
Yeah.
So I've listened to some of her music. It's not all great, but there's some songs you be like, whoever, if she's writing it, Cardi B got bars. If she's not writing it, whoever is writing it for her got bars. So Cardi B got some stuff, and then K. Michelle got back popping from Love and Hip Hop, and then she also got her own TV show from the platform of Love and Hip Hop. So you don't always have to be on Love and Hip Hop and acting ass. Sometimes it helps revive certain people's careers. I wish it would do the same for Young Jock. But that's not where he's going with it. So that's cool. He can stay looking like Aunt Jemima for all I care.
Yeah, but a lot of men seem to feel very, very negatively about Cardi B because, this bitch was just some stripper, and that's like, why are they so upset at her switching lanes and going into something else to be successful? So now that she's not stripping anymore and she's found, her little place to start getting her fame from, why is that a problem? I don't understand what the infatuation is with her as far as with tearing her down. Even if you don't necessarily agree from what her background used to be, why is it that her background is held against her, but we got niggas who used to fucking sell drugs and then went to rapping, and now they doing everything under the sun. Nobody's holding that against them. They glad because these niggas pulled themselves up by the bootstraps to come out of that environment. But when a woman comes out of an environment from stripping, now all of a sudden she's forever known as a stripper. These niggas not forever known as drug dealers. They businessmen now. Why she can't be a businesswoman?
Because in the world of men, especially in hip-hop, one is always a hoe. That's basically what it boils down to. Look at Lil' Kim for an example. Everything Lil' Kim used to rap about was always about sucking dick, getting her pussy licked, being the baddest bitch, all kind of shit. It was always something to the sexual nature. And in the minute that she looked like she was going to go outside the lane, we still labeled her as being the hoe. And even though when she started kicking it with more women in the rap game, okay, she was still labeled as the hoe of the group. And hoe music is what I like to categorize it as, is the main women music that everybody accepts.
But even with all of the shit that Kim talked about, did you see the disrespect towards Kim that you see towards Cardi?
No, you don't see it like you see it to Cardi. And if you do see it, it's always from another woman. It's always from another woman when it's directed towards Kim. It's not even dudes saying it. But I guess because we accepted it, this is how it was. And let's be honest, before Kim decided she wanted to become a Chinese porcelain doll, she was actually really good to look at. So a lot of dudes didn't look at it as, oh, this chick is rapping about A, B, C, D. She was rapping about stuff that was like, you know what, I wouldn't mind you doing that to me, would not be against it. Cardi B, on the other hand, half the time we can't understand her. She is perfect for the mumble rap music, I'm not going to lie. But I guess because with her being a stripper, it makes it, I don't know, I'm not saying it makes it different. We just look at her a little bit differently. Like, you out here hustling, getting naked all the time. Now you're making music.
Okay, but here's that then. So, like, now, so people look at Cardi B different than they look at Lil' Kim, but it's like, I look at, like, everything has to be so transparent with music now from some fans' point of view where, like, you can't rap about street shit unless you really was a street nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's
with
always
that
been like that.
Right, but it is like you got somebody in Cardi B who like embodies that lifestyle in which she came from. So now she rap about it like she used to be a stripper. She was really out here. So it's like this is not too far off from where she came from. So why look down on her? Like I don't know. Like I wasn't old enough to know Lil' Kim's history before she was rapping. I just knew she was with Biggie.
Right.
I didn't know what her life story was. But what I'm saying is like we didn't know Lil' Kim's life story like how we've seen Cardi B's life story to know that what she's rapping about she was really living. Not to say that Kim wasn't about that action, it's just that we didn't know it.
But I think that's the same way how we look down on strippers too.
They look down on strippers. Say that. I endorse strippers. I think stripping is
you endorse. You do. I'm sorry. I apologize for disrespecting you and your love for strippers, but no,
stripping is a beautiful thing.
But I think that's what it all boils down to. I did not need to know that anymore.
Everybody knows.
I think now, if the argument was against Cardi, like you said, with her being, into the whole mumble rap thing because they can't understand what she's saying, or if they just felt like her lyrics, like her bars as a whole was trash. If they just formed an opinion based off of her lyrical content being ass, then I could respect that. I can be like,
right.
Yeah, you're right. It's the fact that they are always coming for her like she was the first one to talk about it. When niggas idolized and had Lil' Kim posters on her fucking wall. This bitch talked about way more shit than Cardi did. And y'all had her fucking poster on y'all wall. But now
damn
y'all
near half
like
naked at shows.
Oh, well, I don't, is this what we're teaching our women to do, talking about selling pussy and doing this and doing that? Like, dog, come on now. Trina,
and
Kim, all them posters on that shit.
Right. And
all of them.
Hell, even Missy do it. If you pay attention to some of her bars, every once in a while, she done advertise that pussy for sale. Believe it or not. Right. Listen to them bars.
Rocking like a disco. Missy was killing it,
right.
though.
Right. People don't. But I think it really. I think
Missy
it's
made a
more
whole
so.
song called "Pussy Don't Fail Me Now."
Exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. She did a remix with SWV called "Release Some Tension." Okay. And threw Foxy on the song just for a little extra measure. But I think it all boils down to her being a stripper. At the end of the day, we can sit here and we can use Missy, Lil' Kim, Eve, almost every female in the rap game outside of Queen Latifah.
Didn't Eve used to be a stripper?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
You're
right. That, you know what? Null and void. But I think the thing is with Eve, though, she came when she was a stripper, became a rapper. She came in with one of the hardest crews in the business. Like, she came in through Rough Riders, okay? So it was more so like, yeah, this bitch might strip, but this bitch might rob me too. So we give her a little respect. You know, she from Philly.
So they don't think Cardi B a robber nigga, fam?
So and this is my point. You can't decide when you're going to be moral about women rappers.
And I get that. And I feel that way. Me personally.
And the whole attack on Cardi B is from a moral standpoint. Oh, this bitch, she's just some stripper, and she's telling all our women to sell pussy or do this or do that and blah, 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 blah. But y'all didn't have all of these moral complaints when y'all faves was doing it in the 90s and early 2000s.
And I think that's where the problem's coming in.
This has been existing before she came on the scene. If you just don't care for her and
just
her music, that's fine. But don't try to blame it on moral shit like it's what she's talking about, because bitches was talking about that way before she came on the scene. And that's my problem. I'm not a Cardi B advocate. I'm not standing for Cardi B. Like I said, I'm not even a fan of her. I just don't like how they keep attacking this one person like bitches wasn't doing it long before she came in the game. How we know those hoes wasn't her inspiration?
They probably was. Or just a simple fact that, because if you think, the one thing about Cardi B is, and like I said, she only really got one song out right now, and if you listen to the song, she basically is telling you the life of a stripper. So none of them hoes, nobody who came out in the music industry prior to before her is probably even her inspiration. She probably telling stories of her time stripping, her friends that were stripping, or just shit she went through. Okay, she ain't out here like Amber Rose, who tried to pretend
song, like she telling you to come up, bro. She went from stripper to TV, got the bag, fixed her teeth, and Mona Scott still cutting checks. How can you hate Cardi B?
And that's the thing about it. Once you sit down and you listen to the song, you got to respect, because basically she's doing the same thing drug dealers have been doing for years. They're not selling drugs no more, but they're telling you how they did it. They're telling you how they make their hustle. They're telling you about how they got this money on the low and got out the game. Hell, some of them would even admit, hey, even though I'm not trapping no more, I still got that GT5 rolling. I'm still moving weight across state lines.
Hey, if niggas don't want to hear Cardi B struggle, they shouldn't listen to Hov no more. Because Hov is 55 years old and still telling you how he's turned drug money into Jewish money.
Not anymore. That 444, it's more so telling you, it's like, okay, I done got this now. I'm an old dude now. This is what you need to do with the money that you done made from your drug money. Like, instead of going out here buying this, go do it. Right, he said you got to invest now. He's old man rap. Him and Scarface is old man rap now. Because I ain't heard Scarface rap about shooting nobody in a while. But he's still dropping albums.
I don't think Scarface is violent no more. Like, he chilling.
He found God. He's chilling now, bro. We cool with that. But And I think that's just what it is. Cardi B is at that stage right now where she's rapping about what she knows. As a personal individual, she might be one of the coolest people to kick it with. She looked like she had fun wherever she go, as she should. It just so happens there was a point in time that she decided to get a little naked for a little change. Maybe did some things strange here and there, but she don't want to do that no more. I feel like we should knock her hustle.
Fam, like Salt and Pepper had a song called "Let's Talk About Sex," fam, and they talked about it, bitch. They used her body to get what she wanted. I'm floored that niggas just only attack Cardi B like no female rappers have talked about fucking for the material shit.
Okay,
money,
but here's my question. Here's my question that I'm going to put out there. Do you feel that women rapper as a whole don't ever get a fair shot? Because if they ever rap about anything closely similar to what dudes get rapped about, they always get attacked. They either too manly or they too sexual or like women just can't get out here and just be women.
You're right, Tom. They will never get a fair shot because no matter how dope a female MC is, there is all. It's like they'll always get that backhanded compliment, like, "Oh, she's dope for a woman."
But Kim,
"Oh, she's cute for a big girl."
Kim rapped about both. Kim rapped about fucking niggas for money, taking their coins, and Kim rapped about popping niggas. Nobody fucked with Kim.
But you know what? You know what,
Kim like that, except Tupac when he called her ugly on the track when he snapped on her.
No, they might not have slandered her, but Kim had always been labeled as Biggie's side chick. Kim never had her own identity. And then when Biggie died, it was, Kim didn't write her own lyrics. Kim didn't write none of this. Kim never got respected as being as good as she was. And then
oh my God, Amaya. Why did you point this out? I'm sorry, y'all.
We're about to get our first beating on the Death Fresh show. I love G. I love Jelly Beans. Rest in peace. Because I think she about to die. No, but women have never really gotten a respect. Like, they always felt that they had to emulate the men in regards to what they did. So they had to be more masculine on tracks, or they had to be more sexual. Prime example, and we haven't brought her up, but she's definitely been a big influence recently in the music, is Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is literally being a snapshot of every single type of woman rapper that's been in the game in one shape or form. Like, she's copied everybody, all right? But, like, she came out, if anybody had ever listened to Mixtape Nicki rapped like dudes. Like, she literally talked like dudes, talked about drug dealers, talked about all kind of different things that she was doing. But then all of a sudden when she got popular because she got sexual. She constantly kept getting compared to Lil' Kim. She constantly got getting compared to about her lyrics. Then all of a sudden when she decided to clean up her music just a little bit, okay, she then got criticized for not being a positive role model, period. So women never get that proper respect regardless in regards to the music business. So I personally feel that, yes, what they're attacking Cardi B for is not right, but I don't think Cardi B is ever going to get the respect she deserves. Like, niggas will give designer credit for being a hot lyricist before they'll ever give Cardi B credit. And I hate to say that.
I just don't think people will, I don't think most men will respect women in hip-hop at all. Because it's just always that backhanded compliment. She dope for a female. Like, no, if you dope, you dope. If you got bars, you got bars. It don't matter if you're a woman, if you 17. It don't matter. Bars is bars. And niggas need to respect bars.
Right. See, I guess I would feel better if that's what I was seeing. But like I said, because it's not a thing where they're going across the board and disrespecting every female rapper, it's just they have this hate and disdain for Cardi. Like, she started literally going off of the shit that I see that makes it seem like she came up with the type of lyrics that she has. Like, she started it and she didn't. That's my problem. It's not the fact that they're attacking her, not really giving her respect. It's the fact that they full of shit and they acting like they don't know that it was ones that came before her that was on the same shit. They acting like it all started with her, like she's the influence.
But that's this younger generation not putting forth the effort.
That I know grew up with Kim and everybody.
Oh, then them niggas just stupid. They just want to hate her to hate her. Then, yeah, they just want to hate her to hate her. That's my whole point of the topic. To get to that, they don't want to admit. They just hate her. They make that their reason when that reason isn't logical because motherfuckers was doing it before her. That's why I don't understand it. They make it seem like she came up with it, like she started it, and she didn't. She is not the fucking beginning at all. It didn't start with her. Nah.
So yeah, motherfuckers is retarded. I was trying to find this.
But speaking of Cardi B, she did indicate that going forward that she does want to make more of a positive influence kind of music. She did admit that her Bodak Yellow song, which is what got her where she needs to be at, was her intro to the music business, but this is not going to be the snapshot of who she is. So she is making new music. She is set to have an album coming out in 2018, and she is talking about that this is going to be a more well-rounded album that's going to have positive messages, snapshots of her life, things that you can relate to. It might not be Grammy-winning music, but she definitely plans on making this something that's not only going to be recognized for club hits.
Yeah, because
probably that's when the waters get a little murky. Like, you always want to step outside the box. Look, you ain't well versed to live outside your bubble, don't do it.
How do you know though,
positive music. I don't.
How do you know though? Exactly.
She might make great inspirational music, but that ain't what the public want to hear. We want to hear more joints like Bodak Yellow.
But it's not always about them. Prime example, the late great Tupac Shakur. If Tupac only made songs about busting guns and fucking hoes, we would not have gotten some of the great songs that people didn't really play that much. We would have never gotten songs like, what's the name of the song off the Me Against the World album where old girl had her eye punched?
Can we get away?
Can we get away? Only reason why I have to call it that because it was a song where he was literally talking to a girl who was in an abusive relationship, and he just wanted to help her get out that situation. But
what's wrong with your eyes?
But that wasn't Tupac's introduction to the world, is what I'm saying.
Okay, and let's go back to the introduction to the world of Tupac.
Tupac didn't start out busting guns and drinking Hennessy and Alizé calling it thug passion. So we knew we could get a good balance of Tupac when if Tupac decided to drop another Brenda's Got a Baby, we would have been okay with it because that wasn't his introduction to the world. It wasn't like he came out with Machiavelli and then was like, oh, wait, let me get conscious on y'all for a second. Like, no, he was already conscious and then went
Machiavelli. But even in Machiavelli, he got conscious. What I'm saying is most people didn't start listening to Tupac until he dropped All Eyes on Me because he was now being known because of the constant court cases and arrests that was happening prior to before he went to jail. So when he got out, that was the first time a lot of people started listening to Tupac. So they only seen heavy thug Pac. When people like us who have been listening to him since day one, we knew that he was more, like literally everything else was more Tupac than All Eyes on Me. So if we only said, let's just fuck with All Eyes on Me Tupac, that's the Tupac I know, that's my Tupac, fuck this other Tupac, would we been true? Would we been honest to the artist? No. Kendrick Lamar is another prime example. Bro done dropped songs about drinking, getting high in the studio, fucking bitches. But then we also got King Kunta over here. We got DNA over here. Like, we got a versatile artist that everybody fucks with.
Okay, well, I'm not saying that she shouldn't try it. I don't think that should be on your album. I think you should drop singles and songs to see if that's what your fan base wants. Because if you just put it on your album and that's not what your fan base wants, then you losing money because now nobody's interested because that's not what we want.
Are you?
Now,
are you really losing money though? Think about
Well,
okay.
if
So
ain't
for
nobody,
every artist,
if ain't nobody buying it, ain't nobody streaming it, then ain't nobody talking about you. You're not popping.
but here's the thing: you go for those fans who listen to your album. Okay, if you want to keep your fan base, you only needed 3 songs. 3 songs will keep your fan base. 3 songs will have your fan base go buy your album regardless of whatever it is. But then now you can get those new fans, those fans who wouldn't have gave you a chance because they thought Bodak Yellow was a stupid-ass song. But then you turn around and you put this song on here about domestic violence. You tell the story about what happened with you and your last boyfriend. You give the suicide hotline song on there. Now people who wasn't even listening to you at first is like, whoa, this is a really deep, powerful message. Let me go check this out real quick. Let me see what this album is about. And then your album has been streamed. Your album has been bought. So now that person who only thought you were all about Bodak Yellow and that's it, now sees a different side of you. Now you're marketable. Now you can go and you can hang out with white people. Now once white fans like you, you rich. We all know that. It doesn't always have to be just about the club.
So you think Cardi B is trying to be white famous?
Everybody should want to be white famous if you're trying to get paid. At the end of the day,
Nelly started doing country music. And look at Flo Rida.
Facts.
Flo Rida completely changed his style. Completely changed his style. Pitbull stopped rapping, bruh. He just started making salsa music because white folks love dancing to salsa music. All I'm saying is, I get it. You want to stay true to your core fans, but at the end of the day, if you pay attention to Cardi B, she's trying to make money. So to make money, you got to cater to other people. Make one song on your album from all your albums from here on out so the bitches in the club can shake their ass to your music, but then the rest of your album, white people. Nicki Minaj, prime example. All 3 of her albums gives you 2 to 3 songs that niggas can fuck with, and the rest of it is for white people.
Like, oh, okay. I got this. So I'm going to get this album, be able to be played on, B100 and everything else. But then I also got some shit that can be played on Kiss FM and Jam and 1069 and on fucking MTV.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, your label's going to love you. You making money. You get that follow-up contract where you can sign 3 artists under your belt. And guess what? Your peoples can eat. Now, they can make ratchet music. They can make nothing but ratchet music. We don't give a fuck. You about to eat because you got 3 people under your belt.
Makes perfect sense, but maybe that's why I don't listen to Nicki Minaj no more. I just don't like the direction of her music. It's not Pink Friday.
Pink Friday was to get you through the door. But even then, one of her 3 lead-off singles was for white people.
That she chose. The pop lane, well, it had Drake on it. Drake is for white people.
Drake is for everybody.
Right, including white people. Drake is no longer black. He is
Drake
white.
was never black, dude. He was Jewish. He was Jewish and Canadian.
I
don't know why Drake was never for the streets.
Never for the streets. Well, he should stop thinking he's a street nigga. Out here trying to drop street tracks.
I can't disagree with you on that, but he's taking a hiatus right now. He's went 7 years strong. It's time for a break.
Yeah.
And Meek Mill is doing time. So.
Man, that's messed up. Meek Mill's in jail, but I guess you can't just break the law.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens.
Consequences for every action.
As a person who's been on probation, when they tell you not to do things on probation and you do it, you know what the consequences are. You can either decide to risk it. You can decide to risk it, not get caught and be like, woo, I'm glad I didn't get bust down. Or you can get caught and be like, well, damn, you know what? I knew I wasn't supposed to do it. I decided that doing it was more important than my freedom. So here's where I am. Here's where I'm at now. I've been through that. So learn him. Or maybe not, because sometimes niggas just don't learn no matter what the fuck they go through.
They don't learn. And the thing about it is that he's going to get glorified because he went to jail twice. And he's going to come out. Now, if he's smart, he ain't got shit to do. Just sit in jail and write rhymes all day. Perfect your craft.
He's been held as a victim. Like it wasn't his fault that he went back.
I'm a victim. I don't know. They might not. I'm a victim. I'm a victim for 100 years of oppression. I've been conditioned.
So I don't get how Sam was victim when he put himself in that situation.
Exactly. I'm a victim. It's not like Usher. Oh, speaking of that, so Usher, we all know that
he's still burning people.
He got accused. He got accused of burning people. It has been proven, even in a court of law, that the girl basically made the whole story up. It was proven that safe sex was actually practiced during the time, and he was not carrying an STD while dealing with the young lady. So the question has came up is, one, is it too late for him to recover from this because he has been victimized? And two, should he retaliate?
I mean, what I want to know is, what can he do? What can he do? He is Usher.
He can counter.
He is being sued. That's my point. What can he do? He is Usher. Nothing that he can sue these people for is going to make a difference because they ain't got the money to give it to him anyway.
But it's defamation of character. That alone right there is a case.
But it's a case. But what is the point of suing people that can't give you shit? He's Usher.
Reputation. Yeah,
He's
but
Usher.
His reputation has been tarnished.
You're not following me, bro. He's Usher. How much money does Usher have? What is he going to be able to get from these broke-ass people? They were trying to get money out of him.
True.
Maybe
it ain't about the money. Maybe it's just a simple. Maybe he'll sue and win the case and want them to go on national TV and publicly apologize to Usher Raymond for making these false accusations and being a ho and trying to get money off of a man who was just trying to have a good time with you one night. Maybe that's all he wants.
So they proved in a court of law that Usher doesn't have the clap, is what you're telling me.
He does not have the clap. He does not clap back at anybody.
Well,
unlike Kevin Spacey, on the other hand.
You can't blame her for trying to... Got his whole damn Netflix show canceled. And that show's good, too.
Okay, and that brings up another question since we in the celebrity news portion of our show that we ain't did in a while because so much been going on. Do you feel that like some of these networks are overreacting though? Like
a
lot of these are just accusations.
No,
a lot of these are acting. No, Kevin Spacey is definitely not a good example. Just definitely not a good example. Because not only was he touching little boys,
it's still bad.
No. Kevin Spacey is not a good example. Only because he tried to cover up the fact that he was touching little boys as I'm coming out gay now too. So he basically tried to sugarcoat his case in his situation because he has been touching little 14-year-old boys since he was younger as, well, now this story that came out, I can come out finally say I'm gay. I've been gay all my life. And that's how he rolled with it. So he didn't even deny he did it. He just, I'm gay. Well, fuck it. So is him supposed to be saying I'm gay supposed to be like, oh, he's gay. It's okay. Gay people touch on boys, so it's okay. Kind of situation. But no, my thing is the what's the other big executive? Herrnstein? Is that his name? Hammerstein? I don't know. Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. A lot of stuff that he's produced. Harvey Weinstein is the biggest news out right now since Bill Cosby when it comes to touching people inappropriately. Like, it's tons of women that are coming out talking about basically Harvey has used his power of influence to make women do and deal with things that he used to do. things like he would take a woman's hand and make her grab his dick, and basically a lot of these women would just go along with it because if he didn't like you or you tried to stand up to him, he would blacklist you in Hollywood. So nobody would hire you. So your whole Hollywood career basically would be non-existent because of this. Or
is that the one who touched Terry Crews, boss?
The one that touched Terry Crews. You know what? I hate to say this, but it's hard for men to actually admit to stuff like that. Because the minute you come out and try to say, hey, man, this white guy was trying to touch on me, you get talked about. Like, nigga, that's gay.
You know, as much as I've always wanted to be
that's
famous, I don't ever want to be that famous. Like,
that famous,
when you're that famous and they pulling you into a... Right, see, there's black famous, white famous, and then there's that famous. Now, when you're that famous that they pull you into a room and like, hey, man, I got this big movie role, but in order for you to get it, I personally have to follow this ball sack of yours. That's when you kind of too famous. Because that's too much.
Too famous.
Yeah.
He's
and
out
I mean,
here doing
I guess,
I don't want.
And it's a lot
I
of
want
people
my second
where,
balls fondled just for a movie role. I can't do it.
But what if it's a Marvel movie? would you
so Tom, what you trying to tell me is that you would auction off your butthole to be in a Marvel movie? You know what?
Didn't say that. I'm asking you a question. Didn't say I would do it.
No.
I just asked you a question. Never said I would do anything.
I felt like it was on your mind that you brought it up, that you would do it.
I'm just asking. I'm ratings, bro. I'm just asking a question for ratings. No, I'm like, but no, not Marvel money is Disney money. And we've all said that people in Hollywood have taken roles for Disney money because Disney money is long and it's guaranteed. So, that comes my question.
Disney also got a
bad
habit of adding sex to their content. Just watch them YouTube clips, man. Disney's been trying to tell us secrets for a long time.
Oh, yeah, they're always leaking about Disney employees and things that are going on. But look at The Rock for an example. Before, when he was still The Rock, that's all we knew him as. When you know Dwayne Johnson, we just knew The Rock. He went and got that Disney contract. They had him as a fairy. They had him on Wild Goose Chases racing from dinosaurs. They had him having illegitimate kids, or he a football player. They had The Rock doing all kind of bullshit to get that Disney money. Fast forward to 2017.
This is a little off track. But since like Marvel is Disney, right? Is it all one?
Yes, it is. It's all Disney.
Did they kick him off Disney saying that he's gonna be in the DC movie, or is he still getting Disney money?
He's still gonna get.
Look into
Dwayne. Okay, here's the thing. The Rock is so big right now in the movie industry. He's that famous, so he can do those things if he wants.
So they
he
racing
can go
Dwayne too? I'm pretty sure they was. Somebody took his man.
I think Vince may have. Vince.
Vince definitely took Sean's man, but he ain't been the same since.
But shout out to Survivor Series tomorrow.
Vince McMahon, nigga, tomorrow, nigga. Shout out to War Games tonight. We talk about tomorrow, nigga. The shit's on tonight.
I forgot all about War Games.
NXT finna have it lit up in Texas.
Now you know War Games is gonna be tested in NXT. Stolen by the main roster as part of Survivor Series next year. Watch.
No, I don't think so. And the only reason why I don't think so is because Vince McMahon hates the concept of 2 rings. But he doesn't control what Triple H does in NXT. Because Triple H has pitched this idea several times to do it on the main roster, but Vince McMahon hates the concept of 2 rings. He hates it.
But remember,
that's why he said he would never do it.
But remember, War Games was only done in WCW. You let WWE get a hold of it, it might be better.
They're gonna fuck it up.
It's like, and I hate to use this analogy, but it's basically probably the best one that everybody would understand. It's like WCW's version of War Games is a low-level Android device, whereas in the WWE's version or NXT's version would be an iPhone. It took every mistake that you made in the Android phone, and we make sure that we take that out and make the corrections to make it better for when we put it here on NXT. So the cage would probably be a little bit bigger, so you don't have that incident where somebody hit the ceilings. The rings might be connected or might be just enough space to do things it's supposed to. They have fixed the problem. I'm guaranteeing it.
From what I've heard, there is no ceiling.
As it shouldn't be. So it's not really a cage, it's a Terradome.
Right, Triple A said he didn't want to restrict the high flyers from being able to fly and so they could do stunts off top of the cage. So from what I've read, there will be no ceiling, so it's just like a regular steel cage. So there's no roof.
So it's
two rings.
It's a Terradome. So they're Terradome.
Pretty much.
Yeah, which is a concept I always thought that they should bring back, because the last time I seen a Terradome was with Ric Flair, so you know that shit was old.
Definitely. That's like 94.
Right, so you know that shit was old. And it was at a baseball field at that. That was the crazy shit. Wrestlers back in the days wrestled anywhere, dog, to get a check.
Man. Baseball stadium like that. I was about to show on the network. No, Ric Flair came in a helicopter. Ric Flair been stunning since 82, dog. You just gonna get dropped down in a helicopter and get out in the road. That's player.
Shout out to 30 for 30 on ESPN. They recently did one on Ric Flair, and he actually came out, bro, he's in bad shape because he didn't know how to separate that life from in-ring in real life. He used to honestly live that life, and that's crazy.
Bro, he don't know, he's been Ric Flair for 50 years.
He's been about that life. But for those wrestling fans, definitely make sure you catch War Games tonight. Also, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Check out Survivor Series. We will not be doing the show next week. Fuck that.
No, because next week is Thanksgiving.
So this show will probably be replayed again on Thursday.
Right. The week after next, probably.
We will be back.
We should be back with the. Are we still seeing Justice League tomorrow, or are you busy?
Yes, we are. We are definitely.
Okay, because I was looking at some tickets and some time, so just have to pick a time. I think they got
probably
one
at
4 o'clock.
Yeah, I would say 3. I think it's 3:30 in the falls. That way, we still on this side of town. Our movie's about 2 hours long. We get out about 5:30, head to Monte, grab something to eat, head to Monte crib. 6 o'clock, we there for the start of Survivor Series.
Yeah, because he's informed us that he will not have snacks on deck, so we will. It is a BYOF party.
Everything. Bring your own everything. No, but you got to understand. He just moved into his place. Shout out to him. Shout out to Monte. He just joined the 30-30 club. 30 himself, and he got his own place. Shout out actually the whole crew, but U1 has just turned 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope, I will be 30 next year.
Bro, I'm saying everybody hit 30. You the last on the list. But with that being said, we've come to the end of tonight's show. I'd like to thank Mimi for coming in. Juan for actually keeping the noise down to a minimum. Like I said, we will not be live next week, so you probably will be hearing a replay of this. So if you want to hear it from the beginning again, go ahead and join us. After that, we will be returning. Make sure you tune in Tuesday, though, to catch another episode of The Breakdown. Due to technical difficulties beyond me and Jacob's control, we wasn't on air last week. But we'll be back this Tuesday, though. So with that being said,
I'll be on that show. So you'll get a double dose of fresh this week.
Yeah. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the show out with, for those who have never heard the Cardi B song, we will be playing it right now.
It was actually number 1 in the country for a couple weeks. So, love Cardi B.
So, we're going to end the show the only way we can on the Def Fresh Show, and that's
I belong to you.
Horrible.
Good. Hey. Say so gonna fuck with me if they want to. Say little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both, I don't wanna choose. And I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch, I make bloody moves. Now she say she gon' do what or who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I be. You in the club just to party, I'm there, I get paid a fee. I be in and out them banks so much, I know they tired of me. Honestly, don't give a fuck about who in front of me. Drop 2 mixtapes in 6 months, what bitch working as hard as me? I don't bother with these hoes, don't let these hoes bother me. They see pictures, they say ghosts, bitch I'm who they tryna be. Look, I might just chill in some babe, I might just chill with your boo, I might just feel on your babe. My pussy feel like a lake, he wanna swim with his face. I'm like okay, I let him get what he want. He buy me Yves Saint Laurent and the new whip. When I go fast as a horse, I got the trunk in the front. I'm the hottest in the street, know you probably heard of me. Got a bag and fix my teeth, hope you hoes know it ain't cheap. And I pay my mama bills, I ain't got no time to chill. Think these hoes be mad at me, they baby father run a bill. Say little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both, I don't wanna choose. And I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch, I make bloody moves. If you a pussy, you get popped. You a goofy, you a op. Don't you come around my way, you can't hang around my block. And I just check my account, turns out I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I put my hand above my hip, I bet you dipsy, dipsy, dip. I say, I get the money and go, this shit is hot like a stove. My pussy glitter is gold, so that little bitch play her role. I just don't roll with no rolls, I just came up with no rave. I need to fill up the tank, no I need to fill up the safe. I need to let all these hoes know they none of they niggas is safe. I go to dinner and steak, only the real can relate. I used to live in the peace, now it's a crib with a gay. Rolly got charms, a life frosted flakes. Hard to let these bitches know, just in case these hoes forgot. I just wanna check the mail, another check from all the dots. That little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both, I don't wanna choose. And I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch, I make bloody moves, bloody moves.